Hey y'all, I'm Alfred.
I'm Vinny.
And I'm Miguel.
And we are here in the garage talking about Spider-Man Far From Home trailers, just in general, pretty much all of them that have come out so far. So what are we here talking about today?
Well, we're here because of the most recent one.
Okay.
And the most recent one is not as... I mean, they already did the damage by telling us the MJ thing, but now they're just giving us all of the Stark thing, how it's like how much of Stark is is in this, like how much of his legacy is in this, how much of that story arc is in here.
Yeah.
So how much has he adapted to Stark's technology?
Yeah. First thing I want to say is that I think that the trailers are all great. I like we're big Marvel fans.
I'm not. I hate him.
Yeah, he hates them. He's just here just. But okay, so the thing I want to say is that we enjoy these, but I think the biggest problem is that, and it's a recurring thing now, because in Homecoming they did the same thing. They only held out one thing from the movie, which was the Michael Keaton twist, opening the door, oh, I'm the bad guy, but also the love interest's father, which was good. I liked it a lot, to say. I don't know if you guys, how you felt about it, but I liked it.
Who doesn't like the Michael Keaton?
So yes, we all love the Keaton. My thing is that it's a recurring factor of they just throw so much away in these trailers.
For specifically for the Spider-Man one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Collabing with Sony, and that's the one where we're like, where is Sony doing the advertisement here? Is they the ones showing what's underneath the skirt? Is they the ones that show too much? We have no idea, but we can only go off the trailer. There might be a way to tell.
See, I'm skeptical about that because they have showed that they can learn from their mistakes. It could just be a classic case of misdirection, with the Thor Ragnarok thing being like the most famous example. Yeah. It could be that they're aware of how much they've given us in the past when it comes to Spider-Man.
Wait, what specific thing in Thor Ragnarok?
How they showed him with his eye and he didn't have his eye.
This would be another level. This wouldn't be like CGI with Thor. This would be like intentionally steering your advertisement one way and then being like, second.
Yes, but you're better at this than I am. Correct me if I'm wrong, but also they've put beyond that. They've put also scenes that never showed up in the real movie.
Yes,
yes.
Like Infinity War with the Hulk busting out of the Hulkbuster. Remember, he's running on the battlefield with them in that money shot.
That whole scene is in there.
We said that's the money shot when we first saw the trailer. Everybody was going crazy, and that's
it was the money shot.
It was.
And he dropped it. That was beautiful. I wish it was in there. I put it in there,
but it's somewhere, so you could So we just watch that trailer and get that moment. It was great. But yeah, there's this recurring theme, and I think that one of my biggest problems with it is that there, maybe a lot of casual, like Marvel moviegoers don't really know too much about Quentin Beck, Mysterio.
So it won't be obvious to them.
But when they start doing this whole thing, even with like the first trailer,
they're not fooling anybody.
I mean, if you read any Spider-Man comic or watch any of the TV shows, he's named the Master of Illusions. He's probably faking out everybody, including Nick Fury. I mean, Nick Fury, he's probably pretty gullible, as is Peter Parker. He's young. I mean, a lot happened there,
Nick Fury got, furied by a cat, so like...
Yeah, he got furied.
He's clearly not as grand.
He almost won an Oscar for that one.
We thought he was better than he actually is. We were wrong.
Yeah,
At least he can be calm. He can be calm, but we are not. That's the thing. The comics. You're fully aware of the comics. You know more than us, so like... It's clearly not fooling you. Us to have like even a little bit of knowledge are like fully aware of it. Now they could, swerve. They could be leading up for a swerve.
Yeah, I mean, to my knowledge, every incarnation of Mysterio has not been a good guy. Has been pretty clearly a bad guy, or at least a greedy guy. But we've seen in the past versions of characters that are usually a hero or usually a villain that in a separate universe they're not. And this could be our first heroic Mysterio. I mean, we're seeing a lot of firsts right now. This is pretty much untreaded territory when it comes to Marvel.
The Mandarin.
Mandarin
was their first would be their first misdirect like that, where they play on the comic like faithfuls like knowledge of the characters, and then swerve it for their own,
It wasn't quite to that same degree that we'll see here, though, because it's not
this would be that next level.
Yeah, because Mandarin is not like he was a good guy; he was just an whatever guy. He was just
white. That's it. He was just white. He was white. That's what it was. He was white. Oh, no. He was white. It's just that the guy that was from that part of the world, he was an actor. That's what it was.
Yeah.
He was an actor and a drunk.
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was a switch. It was a switcheroo.
Yeah, it was a switcheroo.
It was the old switch.
Well, I don't think that Mysterio is a good guy. He might, we might be praying that, maybe it's different for Peter, but I think that this Mysterio killed Peter Parker in his universe and is now here.
Whoa, you dropping bombs. You didn't even tell us that, like, behind the scenes.
No,
what?
that's what I think.
Oh, shit. You guys just got this fresh off the cuff. I never even said that.
It's a devious twist.
You think he murders the Peter of that world?
Yeah, and I think that he's just,
right?
He's acting like he's Peter's friend, and as the Master of Illusions would, until
I would love that, honestly.
Until he could also kill Peter as well, because that's ultimately his plan. He hates Peter Parker. He hates Spider-Man.
It's the one guy that can take him down.
I mean, that could trick him that way, especially because this Peter Parker has no knowledge of Mysterio. This is the first time he's meeting
your
him.
reasoning is hilarious.
It's fine. I think
he's just going around the multiverse murdering all copies of Peter.
Hey man, he's just going and.
Wouldn't be the first time Marvel does something so comic booky.
It
would be the first time.
No, that would be outrageous.
In the movies,
but
this is the beauty of opening the multiverse, is that we have all these, theories and rumors. If you read any comics, you know that there's a lot of crazy stuff that's happened.
I mean, we know that yours it's bold, my friend.
It's
bold.
Well,
it's bold. It is speculation. We're all speculating.
Must live bold.
Okay, here's a bold question
for the best.
Go ahead.
Here's a bold question. If Mysterio is not the villain, who is?
Nick Fury is a Skrull.
He's a hey.
Oh, actually,
hey,
that's not laughable.
That's not even laughable.
Oh,
they made that a big point that they were around, and then
you know,
the time.
You know what it is? Is that I saw little squiggly lines there, bro. I saw something. I saw a little Thanos chin in there, bro. Yeah, a little Thanos chin in there, bro. It was brief,
Yeah.
You know how like the reptilians, for a second you can see their eyes are like cats.
We'll get to that in another video. I know about you guys.
What's your guess?
I told
you.
You
already said
it. Sorry.
That's what
What's your
guess?
guess?
I want to know what he
said. I said. I think he's gonna be a Skrull.
Okay, so
that's your actual.
No, this is my.
You're just being okay. So
we're playing around. This is my playing around. But it could happen.
It could. Well, all of these
Mine
could
seems
happen.
more plausible.
It seems more plausible because we've seen in another movie that they might be. Giving us an inkling. Maybe we do. All right.
Mysterio himself is never really a big shot. He's also rarely, if ever, like an actual wizard, but he's rarely a big shot.
Don't we all think it's illusions?
Well, how about this?
It could be.
Has Peter ever actually interacted in any of the trailers with these monsters? Like anybody actually gotten hit that's not fucking Mysterio? Because Mysterio's the only one. Mysterio's the only one that ever puts any contact to these creatures. And he even tells Peter, "You don't want no part of this because it's fake." Oh no, he didn't say that part, but that's what he said in the movie.
That's what he meant because
you don't want no part of this. It ain't real.
Evil.
It ain't real.
He's not trying to help. He's trying to figure out.
You seen my movies? Well, I don't have any movies, but you see my series.
Yes. Okay. So,
I've done this before.
Yeah.
But in the case that he is actually using magic. And in the case that he's not like his own boss, I'm guessing it will be somebody who does wield magic. In which case, I'm gonna go a little crazy. I'm gonna say maybe Doctor Doom, maybe an alternate version of Red Skull, as has happened in the comics.
I thought you were just gonna be straightforward and be like, "Oh,
no,
they're being honest. They're being honest." And
I'm just shooting.
Bold.
I was like, okay, he's gonna be more reasonable, and they're not lying.
No. I'm just as crazy.
No,
as Skrull Captain.
That's trolling theory. It's the Red Skull, but then you pull off that mask. And it's who else was involved in this one?
It's a classic Scooby-Doo episode.
It's a Scooby-Doo episode. You got you have a couple villains in there, bro.
It's not Red Skull.
It's not
Doctor Doom. No, not yet. Mysterio. Who? Wait, hold on.
He's generally not a mastermind.
Yeah.
He can put together like C-list like schemes, maybe sometimes B-list. But whenever he's had like world-changing events, it's been under the leadership of somebody else, like the Red Skull.
Well, this is, if I could just jump in, I think that there's a connection to Homecoming with all of this. We see at the end of the movie that Scorpion is in jail with Vulture. They're both together. The two of them are hanging out now. They're telling secrets or whatever. I think that this is the prelude to Sinister Six, and I think that we're definitely going to be getting that after this film. I think the third Spider-Man movie is going to be how the Sinister Six is born and how they come together.
You're touching Sony
Being
exactly
bold.
where they want to be.
Being bold.
Exactly
this is what they want. They're praying that this would happen because this is like...
Now they have this chicken.
If you're a Spider-Man fan, there's only two things you want, really. You want the Sinister Six and you want Venom and Carnage. If you get those two things, generally, there's nothing more we can ask for because Spider-Man's already good right now. So it's fantastic right now. I should say Tom Holland is amazing.
Best
I
Spider-Man.
mean, the way they shoot the movies is good. The only problem I had was like with the CGI on the red with the little bit of black. It kind of, some of the swinging things were a little.
Marvel's been substituting their practical suits for CGI overlaying the CGI.
What was that Black Panther 2 in the train scene?
Black
that was
Panther,
full
very aggressive.
because that's one of the worst ones for me.
I think Black Panther was rendered in a PS2. I think.
Dreamcast actually, because they're so cheap now that they're just throwing them away. So they put together 6 or 7 Dreamcasts.
I saw those PS2 characters up top there.
Yeah, they were there. Everybody was there. No, Jack.
Oh, but like the biggest nugget that we have, because we haven't even pulled out the biggest.
Yeah.
In this trailer, we see we see the original Iron Spider. This could be
a hologram.
It's hard to see. It looks mainly like it's that bold like gold, almost bronzy, and like red mostly with a little bit of the gold. It looks that way. It's on the side, but I bank on it that they're definitely doing that. Like that's the way it looks.
It's an ode to Tony, and really just it's
going
to be really nice. Obviously, the comic book. I mean, that's what we prayed for in Infinity War, that we were going to see that. We weren't. We're not sad. We're very happy with what we got. But
we're getting both.
But now I think we're getting both, and if we get both. This is a huge spoiler. Like we were, we were behind the scenes of the video, like looking at stuff. And
how many suits in this movie? How many suits in this movie?
I mean, there's the stealth suit. There's the new suit that he's built, which is like his red and blackish, really dark navy blue.
There's the classic Iron.
And then there's his classic Stark suit that he had. The Iron Spider suit. And then now the actual comic book Iron Spider suit. That's a lot of suits. That's a lot of suits. So he maybe is like Tony Stark. I don't know.
My one gripe with that is not even so much gripe as it's a big question. Is I mean, we've seen everything that the current Iron Spider suit can do, and it's beyond what the Iron Spider suit in the comics can do.
For sure.
So if we are getting a new one, what are the functionalities?
Oh, bro, come on! I'm
sorry. I'm like, what
we can't get into that.
You think they're really gonna detail that?
That's another video.
I mean,
they're not gonna detail
because
it's not even.
If they can do the same thing that the old one can do, then it's just a change in design, which is nice.
We all love Marvel, but we know they're gonna fall for that one. That's enough. Come on, you really expecting them to give us that?
Yeah.
You're so used.
All right, well,
summertime.
Let me wrap this up. Okay, so we had fun talking about this.
Wait, before we go,
yes.
Check out in the trailer. They're possibly not all in Europe. Not all in Europe.
There's this particular scene in one of the trailers where you can see somewhat of a mosque in the background, and there's 3 flags in front, which could indicate that we are in Europe. There's a Spanish flag, there's an Italian flag, and the other one I actually wasn't able to make out, but it could be that they're in Spain, it could be that they're in Turkey, it could be that this is just an embassy in a separate country somewhere in the Middle East.
Oh well, there's another gigantic plot thread. I mean, I don't know. These movies give away so much. You could see in the background.
It could be a single weight.
It could be, but I don't know.
It's nice to point out.
But anyway, like, subscribe, turn on the notifications. We are in Vinny's garage, and we are going to be putting out more content for you guys. Leave comments. I mean, if anybody
feel free to argue with us.
Keep the conversation going.
We'll answer you. Yeah, we're trying to be open-minded.
Keep it going. You tell us what you saw. If follow up on his, because that's the one I actually want to know about.
That's the crazy one. Yeah.
It might be a throwaway thing, but I do want to know because I have no idea.
I think they're all pretty crazy, our ideas.
No knowledge there.
But okay.
Yeah.
Have a good one, guys. See you later.